everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dani for anyone who's new here. Today I'm going to be doing a tarot reading, which is something I've been regularly posting on my channel for the past, month or so. So today I'm going to be doing another reading for the collective. It's a general reading. I don't plan what I'm going to say. I don't plan what cards I'm going to choose. I have my cards set up in front of me and I'm just going to channel whatever message comes through in regards to what cards I'm choosing, and I just trust that whoever's here is meant to be here to receive this message. So if you're here, just trust that this message is for you. That's my intention. It's always to uplift, inspire, and to leave people in a better place than when they found me, and to draw the people to me that the message is for. And today I really want to honor the winter solstice, or it could be any solstice, I suppose, if you're tuning in from the northern hemisphere. But for those of us in the southern hemisphere, which is where I'm based, I'm in Melbourne, Australia, it is the winter solstice. We are in the middle of winter. It's very cold, and I just love the solstice. I really, particularly the winter solstice, I know it might not have the same vibe to it as the summer solstice, because the summer solstice is very much about, you know, reaping the harvest, the abundance, right? You think about the summer solstice is very much about celebrating the longest day of the year and the shortest night, and the sun doesn't set till late, so you have this time to be outside, to enjoy nature. And for those of us in the southern hemisphere, we are experiencing the cold, the winter, and it's really this draw to go inwards at this time, right? And what I love about the winter solstice, and I know a lot of our society in the Western world, we kind of like to bypass winter. We want to always be in that summer, in that young energy where we're doing, where we're out in the world, where we're socializing, where we're vibrant, right? But we all need rest. Have you ever had a really poor sleep, or you didn't sleep, you neglected your sleep, and then the next day you lacked energy, you couldn't actually do the things you wanted to do, you couldn't function correctly, you couldn't go to the gym, you couldn't function at your capacity because you didn't get enough sleep the night before. And what I want to say is that sleep, that rest period, that winter time, right, that drawing inwards, that being still, that slowing down, is just as important as the doing and the external action and the, I want to be out in the world. The rest is just as important, because if we don't have that slowing down, if we don't have that winter time, if we don't have that rest, we can't actually perform at our capacity during the day, or during the summer, or during, that time when we want to be out in the world and giving our best. So both are important, and that's very much what's taught in Chinese philosophy. If you've ever seen, the symbol of the yin and yang, they always are in balance, and one can't exist without the other. The black and white are both in balance, and that has to do with the masculine and feminine energy as well, right? The feminine energy is more of that yin energy. It's that slowing down, it's that rest, it's that winter time, whereas the masculine energy is more about that sun energy, that being out in the world, that, I'm going to give my life force, I'm going to take action on this thing. And what I love about winter and the winter solstice, I really feel like it's this time to honor the feminine, to slow down, to connect to our intuition, to go inwards. And right now you might be feeling your intuition a lot more, because we just had Jupiter move into Cancer last week, so it's going to be there for the next year. And Jupiter expands. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth, and it's in the sign of Cancer, which is our emotional body, it's our intuition, it's ruled by the moon, divine feminine. It's that motherly instinct, right? It's that feminine intuition. I just know things. I don't know how I know it, but I just know it. I'm able to intuit what my child needs. I'm able to intuit what my loved one needs. I don't know how I know, but I feel it. That is Cancer energy, and Jupiter is expanding that within all of us collectively. So you might have felt, I'm definitely feeling it. If you're a sensitive, you might be feeling this drop into our hearts as of last week, or maybe even in the lead up to last week. I feel like since that full moon in Sag last week, it is inviting us into the heart space and asking us to crack open, asking us to drop into that into that inner knowing, to our intuition, into that heart. What does our heart want us to know in this present moment? What is our heart guiding us to do? And I feel like if you're in the southern hemisphere and you're experiencing the winter solstice, which is, I didn't even mention when it is, the 21st of June. So I'm going to post this video on the 21st of June, but if you're tuning in after the 21st of June, this message is perfect. Time doesn't exist, right, from the spiritual realm. So whenever you tune into this message, it's perfect if it's past the winter solstice. But essentially the date of the winter solstice, it's the 21st of June, Australian Eastern Standard Time. I know where I am. Hopefully you're tuning into this over the weekend, because I want to say, you know, you can draw on the energy even a few days after or before. And this is such a great time, like I said, to tune into your intuition, slow down, carve out a bit of time to just create stillness in your life, maybe even be out in nature, right? But I feel like this would be such a great time, maybe to even light a candle to acknowledge the beginning of the light cycle. So now, as of the 21st of June, the days are going to start becoming longer and longer, because this is the shortest day and longest night of the year. So there's this honoring of the darkness and the beginning of the light. Also the dark period, like when we have a new moon, that darkness is a very fertile time. Let me repeat that. It's a very fertile time. So this is a great time to be intentional about what seeds you're planting. This is a great time to plant the seeds. This is not the time to be taking action. This is a time, for those of you in the winter solstice, for those of you in the southern hemisphere, this is not the time to be taking a lot of action. It's a great time to actually become still, get intentional, and write down what it is you actually want. What do you want to manifest in your life? This is a really good time to do a ritual, to really be intentional. What do I want to grow in the next 6 months, in the lead up to the summer solstice, which will be in December for those of us in the southern hemisphere? What do I want to grow in the next 6 months? And I want to say, tune into your heart's wisdom to know that answer. Don't be just swayed by what other people want, what other people have. Tune into your own discernment. Jupiter in Cancer, we're really being asked to go inwards at this time and tune into our hearts. So that's enough about that, but basically what I want to do today is I want to do a reading for the solstice in particular and just see what the universe has to say to us today in regards to this energy that's on the planet right now. Because I don't know about you, but again, as someone who's very sensitive to energy, I'm feeling a lot right now. I'm feeling so much. And maybe it's that Jupiter in Cancer, maybe it's the solstice energy, I don't know, but I'm feeling so much collectively. And I'm feeling like there's this draw to slow down and to rest, because there's so much going on energetically that we cannot see, that we cannot perceive. There's this very, I want to say, high frequency coming onto the planet right now. I know things are looking very chaotic on the TV, in the wider world. And what I'm feeling, I'm personally not feeling called to look at that. I'm being asked to go inwards. Go inwards, focus on joy, focus on positivity, share from your heart, live in your heart, focus on joy. That is what I'm feeling called to do right now. And if that is you, please don't feel guilty. Everything in life is polarity, right? So there's going to be, what I'm feeling is there's more light coming onto the planet right now. And in order for us to anchor that light onto the earth, those of us that are here to, I suppose, help anchor it in, we are being asked to kind of turn away from everything that's happening. Not to keep it out of our hearts, but to, again, focus on things that uplift our spirit so that we can hold that frequency, because that is what the earth needs right now. It needs people that can hold this new template of the earth, right? This 5D consciousness. It's streaming in. I'm getting like truth bumps as I'm saying this right now. I hope you're feeling me with this, but we are receiving these light codes. They are coming into the planet right now. And those of us that are here to, you know, if you associate with a light worker, you're on this path, a spiritual path, you know what I'm saying right now. You know, there's a part of you that knows that you are here to do this work, and you are here, even if you don't understand what I'm saying on an intellectual level, there is something within you. There is something within you that understands what I'm saying at an energetic level, that what I'm saying to you is relevant, that what I'm saying to you is you are here to anchor in this light, because you wouldn't be here otherwise. And so what I'm saying is that those of us that are here to bring it, to anchor in this light, because this is what the world needs right now, we need to focus on what fills up our cup. We need to focus on living in our hearts, following our hearts, expanding our joy, our capacity for joy, our capacity for love, our capacity for nurturing, right? All of these Cancerian themes. Remember I said Jupiter in Cancer, it's expansion of the heart, of the emotional body. And I feel like collectively we're being all asked to step into that, but a lot of people are struggling to get there. A lot of people are so removed from their hearts that they're struggling to connect to that aspect of them. So someone needs to lead the way. If you're drawn to messages like this, then I want to say it's time to step up and lead, be that way shower. We need people to step up right now and show people a different way of being, because we can't keep having wars on this planet. We can't keep judging people and condemning people and feeling like we are righteous in doing so. We are not getting anywhere with this. And so we need a different way. We need to show people a different way of acting, and we do that through embodiment. And I don't know why I'm feeling called to talk about this right now, but this is what's streaming. And I don't know if today's message is going to be in relationship to this. I feel like that's my intention, to speak about the energies that are coming through at the solstice. And with that said, actually, maybe I'll just start pulling some cards and we'll see what wants to come through today. But I hope that landed what I said so far, because that feels really, really, really true in my body. And I'm feeling really called to say that before I even do a reading. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I always say that. I'm going to pull the first card just to see what the theme is for today. Remembering that I want to channel something for this solstice energy, a message for the collective right now if you're tuning in. Okay, so we have pulled the Emperor. Okay, so I mean, I'm definitely going to have to get another card to get more information about this. But just first off, what we're talking about when we get the Emperor, we're talking about masculine energy with this card. When we think about divine masculinity, we're talking about stability, we're talking about foundation, we're talking about willpower, we're talking about building something that creates, I want to say, safety. I mean, you look at him, Emperor, it's kind of like a king energy. He's sitting on the throne. We've got the rams. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's rams on his throne. That has to do with that Aries energy. So anyone who's into astrology, the Aries, the head, right? Aries is a masculine sign. It's fire sign. And Aries is very much about willpower. It's, I'm going to go after what I want, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. Aries as a sign is usually very brave. It's very courageous. It can be a bit impulsive at times, but it goes after what it wants and doesn't back down. Even if there's obstacles, Aries it's the warrior, right? So I get a sense of warrior energy here, but I'm going to pull another card to see what this is referring to. Usually with the cards, you know, we can pull as many as we like, and as we pull the cards, that's how we kind of get to develop the story. So the second card I pulled is the Knight of Pentacles. So this gives me a bit more context as to what the Emperor has to do with. So what I'm feeling, Emperor, divine masculine energy, right? So again, when I say, I always mention this because people get confused. When I talk about masculine and feminine energy, I'm not talking about gender, so I'm not talking about men here. I'm talking about all of us have masculine energy. Like I said, it's our willpower, it's our capacity to kind of go after what we want, to stand firm in our beliefs, to take action in the world, to have ambition, to go after our goals, achieve, all of that type of stuff. We all have it regardless if we're man or woman. I pulled the Knight of Pentacles. So this tells me that you are building something. Potentially it could be a business. It could be that you are, it could be building wealth. It could be even that you are taking steps forward in your career, or if you've got a goal for something, like you want more money in your career, you want a pay rise. It could be you want a promotion, you want recognition. Again, it could be I'm building a business. It could be I am building wealth, I'm trying to build my investment portfolio. There's something that you're doing in the world, right? And with this Emperor energy, I want to say you're in a bit of a king energy. You're in that divine masculine energy. You're using that in a healthy way to build something. You're building something. And I want to say, because this energy, when it's not healthy, it can be a little bit impulsive. Because we pulled the Knight of Pentacles, Pentacles is more of a slower energy, right? So Pentacles has to do with either money or material success or something earthly. Okay, so we're talking about something tangible here. So we're building something tangible. Pentacles, like I said, it's an earth sign, so it's a little bit slower moving. That tells me that you're not being too impulsive here. Because we got the Knight, it means that this energy, maybe it hasn't fully matured yet. Maybe there's still work for you to do in regards to this thing that you're building, right? This goal that you're going after, this money that you want to make, or this promotion, or this recognition, or this status, or building the business. It's not fully arrived. You're on your way. This is what this card is saying. You're on your way. You're building. It's slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Because you look at this Knight. He's not bolting. He's taking his time. He's taking his time, right? He looks very calm. He looks stable. He's holding a coin in his hand. So he's driven by, like I said, he's driven by either money, stability, material success, something tangible. Maybe even like I said, a promotion or something like that. Something that you can touch or see in the 3D world. That's what I want to say. And that's kind of where you're at. Let's get some more information. Okay, now the message is becoming very clear. I love how like each card I pull, I'm like, oh, I get it. Okay, so now we've got the Three of Pentacles. Beautiful. So essentially what I'm getting, what the universe has for you today is that you're building something, right? You're building your empire. You've got some goals. So I don't know if it's because I was talking about the winter solstice, like this would be a really good time to plant your seeds, to think about what do I want to manifest. Because what I feel for you is that there's something that you're building, right? There's something that you want to build, that you want to grow. And like I said, it could be to do with finances, job, money, material success, something like that. But it's happening slowly. It's like you're taking one foot in front of the other. Okay, I'm not getting like it's a sprint. It's more of like a slow and steady wins the race kind of feel, but you're on the right path. That's what I'm getting. And also, so we got this Three of Pentacles. This card has a lot to do with becoming a master of your craft, right? It's also blending, I want to say, it's blending the spiritual and the material world. So like I said earlier, Jupiter is moved into Cancer. There's this whole invitation of tapping into our heart space, tapping into our intuition. And I feel like with this card, take practical steps, like do master the craft in a way. If you want to study something, if you want to, like I say, perfect a craft, if you need to apply yourself in a certain area, you're being asked to do that. You're being asked to do that right now. But also, because this card, it's two men and they're basically observing this guy's work. They're observing his work and they're in a church. And the church symbolizes, like I said, that spiritual connection or a connection to something intangible, like our heart, like our intuition. Okay, so I feel that this is a time to also draw upon that wisdom. I'm getting a feel like you're not supposed to be like pushing and striving and killing yourself to try and make this happen, whatever it is you're building. There's kind of a slower energy to it that you're being asked to adopt, like taking things slow, being calculated as to what next step you take, right? Using your discernment, using your intuition before you act, and also not being afraid to learn something new. So if you are thinking about studying something or trying something different or learning a new skill, this would be a good time. I want to say, like perfecting your craft. What would make you a master of what it is that you're building. What are you working towards? Like, you have the potential for mastery. You have that potential for the money or the business or the recognition or the status or whatever it is you want. But there's a little bit of like refinement involved. That's what I'm getting. Like some sort of refinement. Like there's something you might need to work on to become a master in this area, whatever it is that you're building. That's what I'm getting. Okay, I'll get a bit more information. Very, very positive. I like today's message. This is really beautiful. So what I'm feeling, so this is where you're heading. Okay, so like, let's kind of summarize it all. Basically what the message is today, we mentioned before, you're building something, you're working towards something. Slow and steady wins the race. Like there's something that you want in your life that you're working towards, that you're building towards. And because we pulled the Emperor, there's a sense of divine masculinity involved. So when we talk about divine masculinity, we're talking about actually taking action steps, actually exerting our energy into the world. So there's something that you're actually doing, like physically, tangibly, to build something. You're building something, like I said. And Pentacles, we're talking about money. So what I'm gathering, it has to do with a job, because you got the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, very much about, like, again, Pentacles is material success. We're perfecting a craft of some sort. We want mastery in a particular job or craft or business or something of the material world. Someone's going to make you an offer soon. Someone is going to make you an offer, and this offer is going to be a mutual decision, I want to say. So both, it's actually a really beautiful card, the Two of Cups. So you see like a man and a woman. This can be like a really beautiful card in a love reading, but I want to say, because of the cards we pulled today, this is more to do with your business or your career or what it is you're building. Someone's going to make you an offer, and that offer is going to satisfy you from an emotional standpoint. A mutual decision of the heart where both parties feel happy in making this decision together. Right? So it could be that you go into like a business partnership. If you're looking for a business partner, it could be you find the right person who is going to help you to get these results that you're looking for. It could be even if you are wanting to learn a new skill, right, or master a craft, you might find that you meet someone who is a great mentor for you, right? Who actually like sees your vision, is able to help you to master whatever it is that you want. This could be like a mentor or like a guide. This could also be maybe your boss. Say you are looking to get promoted at work. It could be that your boss actually sees you and sees the work that you're doing, and your boss is actually going to recognize you and say, you know, I'm really happy with the work that you're doing, and, you know, here's a pay rise or here's a promotion. So it's like they're happy with you and you're happy for the recognition or what they're offering you as well, right? So that's what this card has to do with. It's like, it's a win-win situation. That's what I want to say. So that's really, really positive. Something is coming your way in regard to that. Either, like I said, it's going to be something, could be a promotion, could be more money. It could even be that if you have a business and you've been calling in like the right clients, this could symbolize that. So it could be that, you know, you attract someone who is the right fit for you to work with, right? Like, you know, you don't want a client that's going to be a drain. You know, it ends up being like just a commitment that you don't want. Like they're just really not the right alignment, right? And so this card could suggest that you're going to call in a client that is really like suited for you. And like I said, it's a win-win. So that's really beautiful. And I'm feeling that this is going to happen within the next 6 months. That's what I'm feeling. So I might pull one more card. I think I've got enough for today, but I'll get one more just to kind of like give us a little summary, or what advice does the universe have for us in regards to this? What would the universe like us to do or know? Okay, final card. Beautiful. We love the Queen of Cups. This is like, if I ever have to pick a card like that summarizes me, I always pick the Queen of Cups or the High Priestess, but Queen of Cups is a little bit of a High Priestess. Anyway, Queen of Cups, love this. So this is the advice from the universe, what it wants us to do right now. And I feel like this really speaks to what I was speaking about earlier about the winter solstice is really this time to go inwards, right? It's really a time to nurture ourselves, to fill up our cup. Jupiter in Cancer, what makes us feel at home? What makes us feel nurtured? What makes us feel love? You think of like a mother holding her baby, right? And when we're babies, we drink from our mother's nipple, right? We drink her milk. That energy, not even that energy, that milk, that sustains us. Babies need that milk to survive, okay? And so Cancer energy is a bit like that. It's about what fills us up emotionally, what sustains us, what makes us feel like we're like being held by the mother, that we're like drinking from her nipples, like that kind of energy. What makes you feel that nurturing? What makes you feel safe, like emotionally safe? I really feel like we're being called to, Queen of Cups, focus on that right now. Go inwards, particularly this weekend if you're tuning in over the winter solstice. Like, spend some time with yourself if you can. Carve out a little bit of time and do like a little ritual or something to write down, maybe to write down what you want to build. This Emperor is that divine masculine king energy, and it has the potential to build an empire, right? And I want to say, if you're tuning into this, you know, you have that potential. If not, you are this, you are the Emperor, and you're building something, you're building an empire. What empire is it you want to build? Right? I'm getting the sense it's not going to happen overnight. It's taking its time, but you're on the right track. You're taking slow and steady steps. You're calculated. You're like, okay, well, this will be the right move. I'm going to put my energy towards that, and you're focused. Again, you might need to refine something. You might need to refine something in order to master this craft that you're after, but you're on your way. You know, this card really has to do with perfecting a craft, becoming a master in your field, whatever that is. So you're on your way, and someone's going to make you an offer in the next 6 months, which is going to be really, really emotionally fulfilling for you, right? So I want you, if you're tuning into this and if this feels right, what is that offer that you want? To get really intentional, what is the offer that you want? What is the offer that you want? What is it? What am I speaking to today, right? That you're building, that you're growing. What is the empire you're building? What is the offer that you want to come to you, right? What would be really fulfilling to you on an emotional level? What would make you feel really happy, really joyful, really content inside? And I want you this weekend, if it feels right, to write that down. Journaling is coming to me. To journal about how it would feel to receive that offer, right? Who's making you that offer? What are the words that they're saying to you? Where are you as they make that offer? Are you in the office? Are you at home on your computer? Where are you? What is the environment? What sounds can you hear around you? What can you smell? What can you hear? Make it as tangible as possible. Write down exactly how that situation is going to play out. What offer is being made to you? Where's the card? What offer is being made to you? And to journal about it, envision it in your head. How does it look? How does it feel? More importantly, more than all the senses that I just mentioned, how does it make you feel when you receive that offer, right? Say it's your boss giving you a promotion. How does it feel to get that promotion, right? To be recognized for all the work you've been doing, or to get that pay rise, or whatever it is. How does it make you feel? Focus on that, write it down, and put an intention of what it is you want to build in the next 6 months, up until the summer solstice. What's your intention? We're in fertile grounds. The universe is saying, Queen of Cups, tap into your intuition, tap into your creativity, carve out time for spirituality or emotional wellness right now. So like I said, this is a great weekend, winter solstice. You've got all the energy supporting you at this time to go inwards, tune in. What do I want? What do I want to manifest? What do I want to build in the outside world? Draw your energy inwards at this time. Become really intentional, because you're heading there. You're heading there. You're building something really amazing, right? You're the Emperor. You are the the Knight of Pentacles. You're getting there. Slow and steady wins the race, and you're going to become a master of your craft, whatever it is that you're building. Like you're going places, which is really exciting. An offer is coming to you, which is really exciting. But for now, draw inwards. Focus on what it is you want to manifest, where it is you're going in the next 6 months. Focus on that. Just carve out some time to just be quiet, be still, tune into your intuition, follow your heart. Where is your heart leading you? And I want to say it's really promising for the next 6 months in the lead up to the summer solstice. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope it landed for anyone who felt called to stay with me throughout the whole thing. And I just want to mention before I go that I also offer individual readings. So I do tarot readings and astrology readings online and in person. And I also offer Reiki healing sessions, which I do in person in Melbourne. If you would like to book me, I'm going to leave my link in the description below so you can check out my website and book me directly there. If anything today landed for you, if you've been feeling all the energies that I've been talking about, then let me know in the comments below. It's so nice to hear that I'm not alone in feeling all these feels. And until my next video, take care of yourself, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.